Hi everybody. So in this video, we're going to continue our discussion of music structures, and we're going to talk specifically about tracks and segments and how tracks and segments interact. We've imported some WAV files, and if you remember from the last video, we imported a WAV file onto a track, and that track went into a segment. But we haven't talked much about what tracks are and how to deal with them. Sometimes when we're in a game, we might have a scenario where we have created a layered score and we actually want to export track 1 and track 2 and track 3, three different layers. So we can do that by several different ways. We can go ahead and right click is your friend a lot of times inside of Wwise. You can actually create a new track, and you'll see, I'll just create another music track here. Now I have two tracks that are set up within this segment. A segment is kind of like a track holder or track folder in a way. It allows us to kind of set up multiple tracks within a segment. And then we can control maybe the volume of this track. When something happens in the game, we might want to bring that up. So we can do that. Another way to do that is to take a WAV file, for example. I can go back to my Finder and I'll take this WAV file, and if I drag that to a segment, it's going to create a new, it's going to basically ask me what to do with it. And essentially what this will do, because I've already imported this before, what do I want to do with it? It's going to overwrite and replace it. So when I import it, it's actually going to create another track here. So you can see that now it has the new music track, it has this phrase 2 that I just imported, and then it can play on top of itself. Now, these two don't go together, but you can start to see that segments themselves inside of Wwise continue on this building block process. So we have waves onto tracks, and then a segment, which is what we have here, can contain multiple tracks. So we're getting into segments. We can have multiple tracks. Each track can have multiple things on it. And we haven't talked about looping yet, but a lot of games have music tracks that loop. And we're going to start talking about that in the next video where we get more into segments here. So again, waves onto tracks, tracks into segments. And then we have a couple more music structures on top of this, playlists and switches, which will be coming up in future videos.